Julia is keeping it all together.
That'll teach you, partner.
She's a single mother with an important career,
A man is allergic to red flannel underwear.
interesting friends,
If you say one more word, I'm going to make you stand in that wall with your corner in the face.
and a strong sense of herself.
Yippee.
Sometimes it's tough, but sometimes it's lots of fun.
Waiter, champagne, the best in the house.
Diane Carroll is Julia, and she's here to stay.
Premieres April 15th.
As the new TV guide makes clear, it wasn't very long ago that you'd look at me and say, there's Julia, or that's Diane Carroll, the singer. Now, you're very likely to recognize me as Dynasty's Dominique Devereaux. I'm the same lady, but my, don't perspectives change? Am I happy playing Dominique? Well, all that glamour and glitter may not be paradise, but it's got to be the next best thing.
Check out Diane Carroll in the new TV guide.
Y'all get TV Guide when you were kids. We didn't. Mom would say TV Guide or milk. You kids can choose.
My baloney has a first name. It's O-S-C-A-R. My baloney has a second name. It's M-A-Y-E-R. Oh, I love to eat it every day. And if you ask me why, I'll say, 'cause Oscar Mayer has a way with B-O-L-O-G-N-A.
Oscar Mayer, the first name in Bologna.
How's that?
My baloney has a first name. It's O-S-C-A-R. My baloney has a second name. It's M-A-Y-E-R. I love to eat it every day. And if you ask me why, I'll say, 'cause Oscar Mayer has a way with P-O-L-O-G-N-A. Oscar Mayer has a way. Oscar Mayer has a way. Oscar Mayer has a way with P-O-L-O-G-N-A. 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 P-O-L-O-G-N-A.
Why in the world would my baloney have a first name? It makes no sense at all.
Tuesday. The secret is out. Joni and Chachi return with a big surprise on Happy Days. And Carmine's all choked up about a date with Squiggy's sister.
What's the matter, cold feet?
No, ugly face. Laverne and Shirley. Then, you're on. When Jack swears off women, Janet swears he's lying. Three's Company. And Judy's on trial for stealing company funds.
Yes or no? Yes or no?
9 to 5. Tuesday.
Every September, two things happen. Television launches a new fall season, and TV Guide previews it. The new shows, new stars, movies, sports, and specials. The soaps, the series, anything and everything that's new for fall. Whether it's local, network, cable, or pay. From daytime to prime time. Any way you look at it, we've got it all for fall. TV Guide's fall preview issue, on sale now, wherever magazines are sold.
Captain's log, stardate 2025. Dave's live stream is about to start.
The live stream has started. Let's fight tomorrow. Good Stuff Live with Dave Sundstrom.
The Livestream Code and Rating Administration has rated this online event PG. All ages admitted. Please be kind and stay on topic.
There we go. Good evening and welcome to the Good Stuff Live. I think I did that last week as well. I've really got to work on that. What happens is I start testing out various layouts for different things that we're going to do during the live stream, and I leave it that way. So, gosh darn it. Well, anyway, my name's Dave Sundstrom, and welcome to Good Stuff Live. Tonight, we're going to be talking all about this great publication. You know, it's still around, but I really loved it when it was in this digest format. And great cover, by the way, Herman and Lily Munster. But anyway, if you enjoy talking about music, movies, mostly classic TV from decades gone by, well, I think you've found the right place. And for the next, 45 to 50 minutes, I think you're going to have a pretty darn good time. I'm going to share a few memories of TV Guide. I'm going to ask you some questions, at least one question. And we're going to play a game. We'll watch an old vintage TV Guide commercial. We've got all sorts of things planned for, like I said, the next 45, 50 minutes. I am also going to be giving away tonight. The parent company of TV Guide is a company called NTVB Media, and they also publish this little magazine. Yep, Remind Magazine. If any of you know me, you are familiar with this channel, well, you know that I'm a big fan of this magazine, and I actually write for the online division of Remind Magazine. And if you were to type in Dave Sundstrom and Remind Magazine into a Google search, you would find oodles and oodles of articles that I've written over the past few months on behalf of Remind Magazine. So anyway, but before we do any of this stuff, let's see who's hanging out in the chat and say hello. I see a lot of channel members hanging out. That always just warms my heart. So there is a milestone message from my good friend Sarah, who has been a channel member, a supporting member of this channel. She clicked on that little join button. She's been watching videos early. She's been attending exclusive live streams. But she says, whoop, whoop. And Sarah, to you, I say thank you for your continued support and patronage. I've also got another milestone message that just popped onto my screen. It's from channel member Tracy Rothmeyers, a member for 44 months. We are going on 4 years here on YouTube in terms of YouTube membership. And I know that Tracy was a member way back when I had my Patreon program going, which I've discontinued. So I'm willing to bet she's been supporting this channel for over 4 years. Tracy Rothmeyers, you are 1 in a million, and thank you so much for your support. She says hello to everyone. All right. I think I've taken care of milestone messages right now. Any super chats, got all that taken care of. Melina Long is here hanging out, sharing all sorts of cool information about TV Guide, or what TV Guide doesn't have. Sometimes Melina's information is interesting. Lila Mirabella, welcome. Good to have you here. How do you say it? Bienvenue? Something like that. Kenneth Wilkinson. Hey, Chris. Good to have you here. Rachel in the 208. Welcome. And Michelle Books is here. Clary. Should I say Clary squared? Karen Lee. Welcome, Willie Bowen. So good to have you here. Jan, it's been a while, I think, since I've seen you. Or maybe it's just my memory, you know. And A Child is here with us. Gregory A. Champion is here hanging out tonight as well. Everybody's getting ready to talk about TV guides. Adrian James, welcome to the live stream tonight. Channel member Superplex is here saying hello to everybody. Jacqueline Gayetan says, if you got the TV guide, you don't need a TV. That's what the grandpa said in the old Lost Boys movie. Great movie, by the way. Filmed in Santa Cruz, California, home of Mr. Pat McCormick, one of my great friends here, and a pop culture historian himself. And I think many of you know also a legendary guitarist at one point played for the band Montrose. Scott Smith is here as well, channel member Scott Smith. Glad you were able to make it tonight. I've been enjoying all the things that you do on your channel, including your, I think you shared the latest song by Men Without Hats, which is, I love that 80s song. What is I Love the 80s? I think that's the title of it. Jason Goldtrepp is here as well. Let's see who else is hanging out. If I miss anybody, my sincere apologies. Kara Steinbeck, good to have you with us. Jason Goldtrepp says, I remember TV Guide briefly being a full-size magazine. Still is in the 80s, but no one liked it, so they took it down to pocketbook size. I don't remember it being digest size in the 80s. I do remember when it moved from digest size to the regular size that it is now, which happened in the early 2000s or late 90s, somewhere around there. Let's see what else we've got here. Take that one off the screen. Great to have you with us, Jason. Ward Arcade is here. Yes, good to have you with us, Ward. Welcome, welcome. You know what? It is just so different. The television landscape is different, and it can't be the same magazine that it once was. But, you know, hey, I actually subscribed to it. I don't now. I wasn't reading it as much as I thought I was going to. And I had my subscription to Remind Magazine, and that was enough for me. Keeps me with plenty of reading material. AI can be very convincing, sometimes too convincing. I think it's a powerful tool for creators. I also am worried that it'll get abused and misused. Karen Lee, I am so excited you're here with us, and I am happy to be able to save you from the evening news. Yes, at times it just, I feel the same exact way. And I'm kind of a news junkie, but I'll tell you, it just, sometimes it can get so overwhelming. Scott Smith, channel member Scott Smith says, I remember going to Canada as a teenager and grabbing a copy of the Canadian version of TV Guide and being really excited to have one. My dad would bring them home from trips, and I was always tickled when he would bring one home from another state somewhere, and I'd see what shows were on, you know, in that area that I wasn't getting to watch, and I'd feel bad sometimes, but I still loved it. Rhymes with Orange, welcome. Yes, perfect timing. Good to have you here. Harry Scott, welcome, welcome. Jason Goldtrap says, when I was growing up in Nashville in the 70s and 80s, we had 5 channels, ABC, NBC, CBS, PBS, and an independent. It's the way it was in Salt Lake City as well, my friend. The way it was in Salt Lake City as well. I've got a little spot in my glasses that are just driving me crazy. Let me see if I can get it this time. Probably not. Just might have to deal with it. Media Archive Mike, welcome. Good evening to you, good sir. Let's see. Lisa Fields is here. Hey, Lisa. Always a treat to have you hang out with us. Yeah, long time no see. Welcome to a live stream. My buddy, Uncle Paul's Playhouse. Yes, Uncle Paul. Let me see if I can. I've got my Remind magazine here. And by the way, like I said, we will be giving away a subscription to Remind magazine a little bit later on, an annual subscription. You do need to be a resident in the U.S. And if you have by chance won a subscription from me in the last 12 months, then I will have to find an alternate prize for you. But what did I want? I think it's right here somewhere. Hang on a second. This is the latest issue of I think it's the latest issue of Remind magazine. Maybe it isn't. Maybe this isn't the one. Uncle Paul has in, yeah, it's not in this one. This must not be the latest. This is the June. I must have, I have a July, August one. It's the Whatever Happened To issue. If you have the Whatever Happened To issue, look towards the back of that issue. And in the classified section, there is an advertisement for none other than good old Uncle Paul and his Beatles Pop Playhouse. We love his Beatles Pop Playhouse. Thank you, Sarah, for reminding everybody to hit the thumbs up and to share it and comment. All that stuff helps at least I believe it helps the algorithm. I don't know. I don't understand the algorithm in any way. Alberto Morales, welcome. I loved TV Guide 2. Still do. Snark and Sass, good to have you with us tonight. Love your live streams that you do with Sarah and Tracy and Bob. Yeah, it's what a cool group of people you guys could put together there. Barry King, welcome. I still need to listen to your Saturday program so that I can hear your Superman review. I went and saw it Thursday night at the late night previews and absolutely loved that movie. Oh my goodness. And I'd never heard that song by, I thought it was just by Iggy Pop, but it's by a band called Teddy Bears, and they had Iggy sing the lead vocals. It's called Punk Rocker. Oh my gosh, the way they incorporated that into the movie, that whole conversation where Clark thinks he's a bit punk rock and Lois tells him he's not. And then just the ending there, that scene at the end with the montage of clips. I don't want to give too much away, and they have that punk rocker song going. It's beautiful. It brought a tear or two to this old man's eye. A tear or two. Yes, indeed. Let's see. Who else is here? Willie Bowen says, I had TV Guide with Hugh O'Brien as Wyatt Earp. David Hedison from Voyage to the Bottom of the Sea. Guy Williams and June Lockhart. Oh, I remember that cover from Lost in Space. Lloyd Bridges, Sea Hunt. Only 257's here. Great to have you here. David Thomas is here. I said hello to Zuper, but just in case I didn't, hello, Zuper. Channel member Zuperplex. Wonderful feller. Good to have him here with us this evening. Alberto Morales says, happy Monday to all. Been wanting to buy TV Guide Shogun Edition. I had that one when I was a kid from 1980, and the Battlestar Galactica one from 78. Now that one I would like to add to my collection. BK, Barry King says, TV Guide was a must in our family home. Always looked forward to the huge fall preview issues. Oh, those were the best. And I'm going to ask a question about that fall preview issue in just a little bit. So hold tight, everybody. Todd McCreary's here. Good to have you with us, Todd. Let's see. Channel member John Collins uses his milestone chat to say, Dave, you and your community are wonderful. Keep enveloping the universe with your kindness. I can't wait to see your friendly TV questions answered video. Yeah, they've offered to answer questions. If you have a question about Frndly TV, you can leave it either here in the comments section, not in the chat. I might miss that, but in the comments section after the fact, or you can go back to the community post and put your question in there. They're great people. Frndly TV, if you didn't know, has been acquired by Roku. And so they're a little bit bigger company than they once were just a few months back. But they still offer the best value in live streaming television. Just, I think I pay for it once a year. But I think it works out to $7.99, $8 a month. And for that, I get over 50 channels. I get to record unlimited programs, and they hold them in the cloud for 3 months for me. It's just great. It's a great service. I love Frndly TV. There's a link in the description section of this live stream. If you're interested in checking it out for free for 7 days, click on that link because it helps support the channel as well. I'm a Frndly TV affiliate. I'm not going to try to pull the wool over anybody's eyes. They are a valued partner of the channel. John has been a member for 45 months. Again, another person that's been supporting this channel with his hard-earned cash for over 4 years. God bless you, my friend. I say over 4 years because he was supporting me on Patreon as well. Thank you for all your support. And great questions. I can't wait to see how they answer them, and I'll make sure I incorporate them into the video. Let's see. There was a question about the new Superman. I think I answered it. Adrian wanted to know. I loved it. I loved it. I thought it was phenomenal. I was saddened that over the weekend, this past weekend, Fox News tried to rage bait us all with conversations around it being a woke movie. It's not. It's just a movie about goodness and kindness, and Superman is corny. And I mean, he even saves a chipmunk at one point. He values all life, and he's the purest of all heroes. He's not an anti-hero in any way. And James Gunn does us proud. It's funny. It's heartfelt. And Barry, if you say something different in your review, I'm going to be heartbroken, but we'll find out when I watch or listen to your show tomorrow while I'm doing some yard work. Let's see what else we've got here. I hate missing anybody, but I do need to keep moving along. We've got a lot to cover in the course of the next 45 minutes or so. Uncle Paul says, page 77. Yeah, I wish I had that magazine. I thought I had the latest one in hand, and I was going to show everybody that. But I'll find another occasion to show people that. Maybe one of my channel member updates. Okay, Jason Goldrup says the UHF channel 17 in Nashville played giant monster movies. Didn't they? Those UHF channels played such great shows. They had Benny Hill, so did mine. Channel 20 here. KSTU in Salt Lake City, Utah had Benny Hill late at night, 10 o'clock, maybe 10:30. And those movies were so much fun. Ward wants to know if the new movie is worth going to the theater for. Yes, it's worth paying. I paid $15 a person for. And yes, Superman 1978 is wonderful as well. He is punk rock. Clark is punk rock by his definition of what punk rock is. And channel member Angela McArdle is here. Welcome, Angela. Am I getting caught up, close to being caught up? I think I said hello to Dave Thomas. Yes, I remember the TV Guide channel. Joe Black, welcome, says finding the ads for the Friday morning cartoon shows and the challenge of the superheroes ad. Hulk, $6 Million Man, Wonder Woman ads were amazing like Spider-Man. Yeah, all the advertisements. It wasn't just the listings. It was those advertisements. Sometimes they were in color. Most of the times they were in black and white. They were great. Only 257 remembers the fall preview TV guide, My Favorite Martian, The Outer Limits, Patty Duke. What great shows. Ward Arcade says to Barry, but I'm going to read this for everyone to enjoy. I used to save the fall preview issues and often was sad when the new shows didn't live up to the hype. That's what the question's going to be about. Hold on, Ward. Yep, Roku now owns Frndly. It's a deal that it's maybe I should better say it's more of a partnership, but they've got a controlling stake, I believe. Did I miss anybody? If I did, my sincerest apologies, but I'm going to move on. I'm going to play a video that's about TV Guide, and then I'm going to ask you some questions, at least one question, and it does have to do with the fall preview issue, and I want to get your responses. So hold tight, everybody. We've got a lot to do. We've got a subscription to Remind magazine to give away. It's going to be a good show. I've been experimenting with AI. I won't lie. I will never use it to replace what I do, but it's fun to augment and enhance it. So with that said, let's have an announcement, and then we'll go straight into my video.
Tonight's live stream is all about a truly wonderful magazine, TV Guide.
Growing up, TV Guide was my very favorite magazine. More than Boy's Life, and more than another magazine called The Children's Friend. I loved TV Guide. The magazine had been around for a long time before it caught my attention. According to Wikipedia, the National TV Guide's first issue was on April 3rd, 1953, where it had a total circulation of about 1.5 million copies sold in 10 U.S. cities when it was initially distributed. The cover featured a photograph of Lucille Ball's newborn son, Desi Arnaz Jr., with the headline, Lucy's $50 Million Baby. One of the things that was really cool about the magazine was that it was published in digest size, and it remained that way for the first 52 years of its publication. Folks, I can't tell you how very sad I was when TV Guide became a normal-sized magazine. It was heartbreaking, really, because when that happened, I knew that a very special era of television viewing, my television viewing, had come to an end. After all, this was the magazine where I had learned about Bonanza, the Brady Bunch, and for heaven's sake, even Three's Company. And there was something just so darn magical about those covers. This one is a perfect example. Just looking at Bob Denver and Tina Louise here, they look like they're having fun, and I bet this show is fun too. I'm in, I'll watch it, I promise. Well, it turns out I watched that show on and off for half a century. Heck, I still watch it even today on MeTV. Midway through the 70s, my father realized that the perfect gift for me when he got home from a business trip was a TV guide from the city that he had visited. I would scour the listings to see what shows were playing in that city that differed from the local programming here in Salt Lake City, Utah. Of course, my favorite issue every year was the annual fall preview. That thing was massively thick, and it was crammed with the most important information that I would need to commit to memory in order to ensure that I was able to maximize my television enjoyment. Hours would be spent reviewing the information about each new show. I distinctly remember reading the preview info about After MASH way back in the early 80s. Seemed like a big winner to me, a ratings Goliath for sure. Who could have predicted that a year later it would be gone? But even more than the previews for each new show, I just really loved looking at the black and white ads for new and returning shows. Often they would take up an entire page, and the words season premiere almost guaranteed that the episode would be a really good one. And although they were not always part of the fall preview issue, I knew that those fall issues would contain much needed information about what Saturday morning programming choices I would have to make. By the way, if you notice that the cereal in the background is none other than Mr. T cereal, well, you, my friend, are probably as nutty as I am about all this stuff. I also enjoyed the TV Guide close-ups that could be found taking up about a third of a page in the listings section. I was too young to remember this one, but holy cow, Batman, it's cool. But I do remember this particular close-up, and oh, was I excited for Kiss Meets the Phantom. The only challenge I had was how I was going to get away with watching it in our home. My father was convinced that these guys were working for the devil. The articles in TV Guide for the most part were pretty darn entertaining as well. Lots of great pictures and not too many words. When you're a kid, the more pictures the better. Speaking of lots of words, if the show being reviewed interested me, I would take the time to read Cleveland Armory's reviews. The guy was usually spot on, like in this one here. He really seemed to enjoy the mid-70s version of Ellery Queen starring Jim Hutton. Audiences, however, were less enchanted, and it never got the ratings that it needed to merit a second season. So what happened with TV Guide? Why is it that the incarnation of TV Guide that graces our newsstands today, well, it looks dramatically different and only comes out every 2 weeks? Truthfully, I think you have to blame this darn thing. On-screen guides and all of the good information that can be found there, as well as the internet as a whole. Yep, any piece of programming information that you might need is just a mouse click away. You can also point to streaming media. No one really needs to know when to watch a show anymore. The question that needs to be answered these days is where can you watch it? And is it on demand? And while the covers of the new version are great, they just don't seem to have the same magic as the old ones. I don't know. I mean, this one's a pretty good cover, and the articles that are teased seem to be good ones. I think the problem is more likely me. Me and my old eyes. Eyes that, for whatever reason, found these covers more magical. I mean, come on, folks. How can you not want to watch a show about truck drivers with Claude Akins? And take a look at this 2-page advertisement for Battlestar Galactica. Amazing Frank Frazetta art. Way cool. Unrelated to all this, the original Battlestar Galactica should have ran much longer than 1 season. Okay, so that's it. We'll close with this picture. Charlie's lovely angels. When they were young and everyone still got along. All right. It's time for the question of the evening. And I expect you guys to respond in the chat. And I will put your answers. I will read them out loud. Here is the question. I'd love for you to share a memory of a show that you were incredibly excited about after seeing it in the fall preview issue. Did it live up to the hype, or was it a total flop? And I will start. The one, let me go ahead and take that off the screen here if I can. Guess I'm going to have to do this right here and put me back to full size. I'll put the question back up in just a minute, but the show that I was so excited for and so disappointed in, and I've talked about it numerous times on the channel in various videos, is Three's a Crowd, starring John Ritter, Mary Carteret, a host of other talented actors. Just didn't have the magic of Three's Company, wasn't as funny, just didn't work. And John, of course, wanted a full season guaranteed for the second season if he were to continue on with it, and ABC was not willing to do that, and so it was canceled after just one season. Some might say mercifully canceled, but that's mine. I'm going to go ahead and put this question on the screen again. And I'm going to go ahead and look at some of the comments here. And Scott, I'm going to get to your milestone message in just a moment. But I want to make sure that I get everybody's comments. And I'm going to start with this one. I think this came out, it was actually before I asked the question, but it's a good comment. I wish Ellery Queen had stayed on. This is from Ward Arcade. One of the best detective shows of all time. Yep, with Jim Hutton. And the audience got to see if they got the clues before Ellery. Yes, yes. All right, good comment here. Scott Smith says, the greatest American hero, 100%. Yeah. Lived up to the hype? Definitely. It was a lot of fun, wasn't it? Willie Bowen has a number of shows that he'd want to mention that fit this category of living up to the hype. Hawaiian Eye, 77 Sunset Strip, Peter Gunn, Heart to Heart, The Green Hornet, which only lasted one season, sadly. The best PI series. The Green Hornet was the best PI series? Huh. Maybe I'm misreading that. Jason Goldthorpe says, Quark. Sorry, Dave, I just didn't get it. So that one was a total flop in your mind, and I think in a lot of folks' minds as well. I really appreciated the talent that was involved in that. Richard Benjamin, of course, starred in it, and it was from the mind of Buck Henry, who gave us the wonderful Get Smart. But I can see that. Nothing to be sorry about there. See you, only 257. Thanks so much for hanging with us. Ward Arcade mentions Making It. Yes, with David Naughton. Great theme song. I think that was a Gary Marshall production, if I remember right. Thresh Pondo Pons. Channel member Bob Pons says Salem's Lot. He read about that in the fall preview magazine or issue. And did it live up to the hype, though, Bob? Did it live up to the hype? Channel member Scott Smith says Greatest American Hero debuted in 1981, so I was 13. Superplex, channel member Superplex said MASH pretty much lived up to the hype. Oh, wow. Chopper 1. There's a good one. Hey, Sid, good to have you with us tonight. Dirk Benedict? Is that Dirk Benedict? Or is it Mark Harmon? Who's in Chopper 1? It's been a long time. I think that might be Dirk Benedict. David Thomas says, I can't remember the title, but there was a detective drama with the hero being a rat packer. Had one episode and was dropped. I don't remember that one either. Michelle Book said Starsky and Hutch. Loved it. Loved it. Let's see. Channel member Angela McArdle says, I don't know. Maybe Murder, She Wrote. What a great show. What a great show. One of my father's favorites. Channel member Tracy Rothmeyer says, my parents never got TV Guide because my dad, subscribed to the newspaper he worked for, which was a Chicago Tribune, and they had a TV Guide. Yeah, it was called TV Week or something like that in their Sunday papers. Indeed, they did. And it was fine in a pinch, but, Rosie O'Donnell talks a little bit about that. As a matter of fact, let me go ahead and quickly, and we'll get back to this in just a second. But this is the right time for that. Absolutely. Let me find this. Take this off the screen. Here I am. Yep, the voice behind the image. Okay, where is that Rosie video that I had? Rosie talks a little bit about getting TV week. This is a fun little clip. Love her or hate her, Rosie could be funny at times.
Hey, Johnny, you know what?
What?
45th anniversary of TV Guide. How about
great.
that?
It's a long time.
I really love TV Guide. I really do. And I always do the crossword puzzle in the back. And it's really, and this was sort of this to me was a measure of success and wealth. Because the Ellards across the street, they always got the TV Guide.
Right.
We did not.
Right.
We had to have the thing from Newsday that you pull out.
The free thing, yeah.
That was not a book. It was just like a thin, papery thing.
Right.
So when I was little, I was like, you know, when I get big, I'm going to get TV Guide delivered to my house.
Right.
And now that I'm big, I do. I get it delivered. But I wrote a little song for TV Guide's 45th anniversary. It's really a hard song, and I'm going to try to do my best because Alan, one of our writers, thought of it, and he did it well, but I'm going to try it. Hey, TV Guide turns 45. Without it, I can't survive, and it's the only thing I've read since high school. It helps me wear no.
Oh, wait, Rosie, wait. You know what? I screwed it up big time.
You did it?
Yeah, I was leading
Thanks,
it
I thought
down
it was you.
the wrong path.
Was it
Yes,
you?
one more time. Yeah. Here
Yeah,
we
John,
go.
come on. It's a live show.
Yeah, I know.
Hey, TV Guide turns 35. Without it, can't survive. It's the only thing I've read since high school. It helps me know where to turn to when network switcheroo, like my party of 5. I think, even though they just gave me jeers, I wish them lots more years of scoops and stars, plus listings and great stories. It's always right there at my hip, next to the chips and dips and M&Ms and Oreos, with puzzles and tips and recipes, plus features on talk shows with sleeves, a page of updates on the stuff. I don't know if I get it, I can't cope. Happy birthday, TV Guide! Happy birthday, TV Guide!
It is hard. Lots of
Hard. What was that?
I don't know.
It was hard, wasn't it?
It was hard.
Alan came in so happy this morning. Look what I wrote. I'm like, I can't do this. You know, it was hard.
All right.
I think she did a great job. And I felt that way sometimes too when we would be, we'd see the TV week instead of the TV Guide near the television set. We knew that it was a week where parents were trying to save some money. Okay, let's get to a few more comments, and then we're going to go ahead and watch a commercial and give away a subscription to Remind Magazine. We should do that. But I want to get to Scott Smith's milestone comment. Scott, who has been a supporting channel member, clicked on that join button 35 months ago, almost 3 years ago. Says, Dave, I appreciate all you do and your support for my channel too. You've cultivated an amazing community. Right back at you, Scott. You're a great guy, and I truly appreciate having you as a supporting channel member and all your contributions to our community. Okay. Let's see here. Got to get back to where I once was. There's Tracy's comment. Oh, sure do. Heck, Ramsey, wasn't that Richard Boone? Sure, Andy, I remember that one. Let's see. Sid says The $6 Million Man. That was a great show, and it did live up to the hype. Channel member John Collins says, I didn't necessarily read the fall preview editions. However, I enjoyed the specials, which showed the different day stations played, the cartoon lineups for given seasons. Oh, I love the Saturday morning previews. Those were great, great shows. They'd be on Friday night, right before all the new shows debuted the following morning. Willie Bowen says, Voyage to the Bottom of the Sea lived up to my expectations, but I hated the Monster of the Week 1968 season episodes. Yeah. Tim Smith says, Apple's Way. Boy, I haven't had anyone talk to me about that show in a long time. Lisa Field says, The Bionic Woman for me, loved that show. Mark says, The Misfits of Science was my entry in one, but it was gone after one episode. I think it lasted longer than one episode. Courtney Cox, I think it had a handful of episodes before it was gone. Let's see. Dirk Benedict was in Chopper 1. Yes, thanks everybody for letting me know. Channel member Superplex says When Things Were Rotten. Oh, what a great show that was. Kind of like Quark a little bit in the it was the Robin Hood comedy that Mel Brooks did. Never got the break it deserved. Absolutely. Chopper 1 was Dirk Benedict and Jim McCallum. Adrian James says Bionic Woman as well. Let's see. Channel member Tracy Rothmeyer says, I don't know if it was on TV Guide, but I really kind of thought the show I liked was a cute little show. Oh, yeah, it was Angie with Donna Pescow. Yeah, that was a great show. The network did that show wrong. It was a ratings hit, and they mishandled that show, and it did not succeed. I don't think it made it past season 2. DJ Trish says, the summer was at an end when you got the fall preview issue, for sure. Karen Lee says, Father Murphy, good owner said, look forward to Logan's Run. Oh, yes, with Gregory Harrison and Heather Menzies, Randolph Powell, especially after the 76 film. I really enjoyed the TV adaptation of the movie. They did a 90-minute television movie of Logan's Run with Gregory Harrison and Heather Menzies, and it was pretty good. It set up the series, right? Which kind of became like a, they would story of the week kind of show where they help find a village out there in the ruined wastelands and help them out, and all the while avoiding the Sandmen. Anyway, great show. Didn't last very long though, sadly. Adrian remembers that one as well. Channel member Angela Cardle has a 1984 TV Guide in mint condition. Cherish that TV Guide, Angela. Yeah, the fall preview issue was the best. Willie Bowen wants to know if anyone remembers the TV series California Fever with Lorenzo Lamas and Jimmy Nicol. I do remember that one. I don't remember Lorenzo being in it, but I remember Jimmy being in it. Yeah, Rosie wasn't singing very well there, was she? Okay. Oh, Rachel in 208 went to a taping of Rosie once. Very cool. And Caroline always watched Rosie in the afternoons. Joanna Cabana says, do you remember the show Wait Till Your Father Gets Home? I just watched an episode of that show on MeTV the other day. I sure do. Good old Tom Bosley was the voice of the father in that show. Sid says The Incredible Hulk. Hey, channel member Carlos Ceja is here. Welcome, Carlos. Good to have you here. Sakina McMurrin is here as well. She says, I love Police Squad with Leslie Nielsen. It was short-lived but hysterical. Short-lived, but then, of course, it spawned, I should say, a trio of great movies with Leslie Nielsen. And now, of course, we've got the new Police Squad movie with Liam Neeson that's coming out very soon. All right, I think I'm going to stop there, except for Ward Arcade's comment about Fantastic Journey, because it's had the great Ike Eisenman in it, along with Roddy McDowell. It was always kind of changing up its cast a little bit, and the network moved it around. It was on NBC, but absolutely fantastic show. I believe DC Fontana from Star Trek was involved in she was like the story editor. Good stuff, and mistreated. Very much mistreated. All right. Here's what we're going to do. Let me go ahead and bring this on the screen. It's time to give away an annual subscription to Remind Magazine. So let me share my screen and bring the giveaway tool on screen. Let's see how that looks. There we go. What you need to do, #Remind. I'm going to give you guys about, I don't know. We got a video here. It's a TV Guide commercial from 1984. It was a fun one. I remember this commercial very, very well. A long commercial. And while we're watching the commercial, take a second to type #Remind into the chat. That's how you will enter into the drawing for the annual subscription. Reminder that I can only ship to the continental U.S., and if you have won a prize won this subscription in the last 12 months, I will be giving you an alternate prize. We are not allowing, I'm being a Scrooge, I'm not allowing gifting of the prize. If you win the prize, you can't give the prize to someone else. So enter if you want the prize, which is a subscription to Remind Magazine, unless you've already won it in the last 12 months. I think all the disclaimers are out of the way, so let's watch the commercial, and then we'll do the drawing right afterwards. See you all in 2 minutes.
Now TV Guide saves you money.
Here are 5 good reasons why it pays you to call and take advantage of this money-saving offer from TV Guide.
First, order TV Guide right now and you'll be guaranteed the lowest price available.
Second, you can pay for your subscription in 3 easy monthly payments. That's right. Now you can order 30 weeks of TV Guide at a price that can't be beat and pay in 3 low monthly installments of only $4.44 each.
And here's the third good reason to subscribe to America's all-time favorite television magazine. Now TV Guide is better than ever, with more complete, more exciting coverage of television than any other publication.
With easy-to-read primetime guides that lay out a whole evening of viewing pleasure at a glance, including your favorites on cable and pay TV, previews and close-ups, sports and specials, and page after page of detailed movie listings.
What's more, TV Guide alerts you to shows with adult themes, nudity, and strong language, so you can watch out for what the family watches.
And here's the 4th good reason to call and order TV Guide today. Week after week, you'll get exclusive interviews and fascinating features you just won't find anywhere else, including the spicy, outspoken insider section. It's packed with lively tidbits of news, so you get the scoop on what's going on with all your TV favorites.
Then, number 5, you'll enjoy the convenience of having TV Guide home delivered at less than you pay for 1 copy at a time.
So call now, 800-445-4300. Toll free, 800-445-4300. Order 30 weeks of TV Guide today and pay in 3 low monthly installments of just $4.44 each. Remember, you're getting the lowest price available. But call now for 30 weeks of TV Guide in 3 installments of just $4.44. 800-445-4300. TV Guide pays for the call. 800-445-4300.
All right. We're not giving away a subscription to TV Guide. It feels like we should be, but we are giving away an annual subscription to Remind Magazine. Interestingly enough, I mentioned this earlier, the parent company of both Remind and TV Guide is a company called NTVB Media. So it's the same company. But this is the magazine we're giving a subscription to tonight. Let's go ahead and see who our winner is this evening. We've got 15 folks in the drawing. Let's see who our winner is. Drum roll, Gary Carpenter. Congratulations, Gary. I think you may have won in the last 12 months. If you have, well, if you have, then we'll get you a different prize. We'll come up with something else for you. But congrats to you, good sir. Now, let me go ahead and quickly go full screen here for a minute. And let's do this. Gary, I think you might know how to contact me already. But just in case you don't, there's my email address right there. Right there, buddy. You see it? There's the email address. Shoot me a message with your address, where you want me to send your prize, whether it be an annual subscription to Remind Magazine or something else. Typically, that something else is a potpourri of other magazines. So, either way, I think you'll like it. Okay. So here's what we're going to do now that we've taken care of our drawing for the evening. Congrats, Gary. By the way, I see everybody congratulating you, and that's fantastic. Fantastic. Always fun to see community members that have, Gary's just been a contributing member to the community, always makes comments on the videos, all that kind of stuff. So it's great to see him win. Okay, we've got a little fun. We're going to play a game, and it's go ahead and bring it on the screen. I think it's best explained if I just put it on the screen. There we go. It's the Who Is It game. And what I'm going to do is show a portion of a TV guide cover, and it's blurred out. And your job is to guess who it is. Now, in some cases, there's more than one person on the cover, and in that case, I'm going to ask you to guess what the show is. But if it's just one person, you can just name the actor. So let me go ahead and get my timer ready. We have 5 of these. And get my timer ready, and then I'll bring the first one on. I think the first one's relatively easy. I think you'll all do great. You can put your answer in the chat if you want to. Right or wrong, you can put what you think, who you think it is, or what TV show you think it is in the chat. Or you can do what I do when I play these games. I just kind of lock it in my noggin. And I'll ask you for scores at the end of the game. So again, I've got 5 images. We'll start with image number 1. And I'm going to get my timer on the screen. Everybody has 30 seconds while I take a nice drink here to see if you can figure out who it is. Who is this person who appeared on the cover of TV Guide oh so long ago? And just about 5 seconds left before we show the actual cover of the TV Guide. There it is. A lot of you got it right. John Travolta from Welcome Back, Kotter, back in the day. That's the show that he was promoting and the star of when he appeared on this edition of TV Guide. All right, number 2. Get that timer going. And we'll see what everybody, see if you can figure out who this is. Who could it be that's on the cover of this issue of TV Guide? Make your best guess. You know, if you're really up for a challenge, just don't even look at the chat. Don't even look at the chat right now. Just kind of do it in your head. And the correct answer is, one of my favorite actresses, Barbara Eden. So great. So much fun and such a positive person. All right, next one. We'll give folks the 30 seconds, now 23 seconds, to figure out what this television show is. I'm not asking you to name the actors, but rather, what is this TV show? What is this TV show? 10 seconds left before I give you the answer. Well, I've had a lot of fun tonight. Boy, and if you have, please do me the favor, do me the honor of clicking on that little thumbs up button. You can share it if you want. That's always appreciated as well. Yes, those that said the Andy Griffith Show, you are absolutely correct. One of my favorite covers of Television Guide right there. Okay, let's go to the next one. Who could it be? We've got more than one person here, so ideally, I am going to ask you to name the show. And to all those folks that are telling me they've already done the like, God bless you. You're wonderful. Thanks so much for doing that. All right, about 11 seconds left. Can you identify the television show that was featured on this television guide? TV Guide. Correct answer is Charlie's Angels. One more. You know, I was worried. Worried that a lot of you would get 5 out of 5. And, you know, my quizzes and my games, they're not as difficult as Thrash Pondo Pond's challenges. His trivia, if you get those all right on Bob's live streams, you need to pat yourself on the back. Kudos to you, because that means you are truly a pop culture historian. Those are tough. But I was worried that it was a little too easy, so I decided to make one more difficult. So we'll see how did I succeed? Did I fail? We'll find out here as we move to the final one. Let me go ahead and put that back on the screen. There we go. Start the timer. Let's see how folks do with this one. I really do enjoy this actor. And as both I shouldn't say anything because I'm going to give away too many hints. But we'll see how everybody does here because time's running out. I'm going to take the timer off the screen and, of course, share a picture of Jason Bateman. This was when he was starring in what was then called Valerie's Family after Valerie Harper had left the show. Don't know if Sandy Duncan had joined yet. And then they renamed the show The Hogan's Family. It was originally called Valerie. Then it was called Valerie's Family, and then The Hogan Family eventually. Great actor, of course, wonderful in both TV and movies. My favorite thing I ever saw him in, I think, probably has to be Arrested Development. All right, we go back to full screen layout, and let's get some final scores here. See how everybody did. Go down to the bottom. And Todd McCreary got all 5. God bless you, Todd. I wasn't able to trick you with that last one. Let's see. Channel member Thrash Pondo Pons, 3 for 5. Yes, I like Jason and It's Your Move as well. Channel member Angela McArdle, 5 for 5. Ward Arcade, 4 for 5. Channel member Superplex, 5 of 5. Mike Davis, 5 of 5. Good to have you here, Mike. Hopefully you've gone and seen Superman or will be seeing it soon. Wonderful movie. Gregory A. Champion, 4 out of 5. Sakina McMurrin, 4 out of 5. Gary Carpenter, 4 out of 5. Rachel Lantoy, 5 of 5. Karen Lee, 3 of 5. Lisa Fields, 3 of 5. Gary Carpenter won the Remind subscription tonight. Lance. Thanks for hanging with us, Bob. Always a treat to have you with. I need to get you on the stream soon. Channel member Tracy Rothmeyer's 2 of 5. Good owner, 4 of 5. Willie Bowen, 5 of 5. Sorry, Willie, almost took a point away from you. Mike Davis says, we'll be seeing it soon. I think you'll really enjoy it, Mike. Let's see. Channel member John Collins, 5 of 5, and says, thanks for everything. Gary Carpenter, go pay to see the movie. Don't watch the bootleg on your phone. That doesn't help anybody. We need this movie to be a success. We need this movie to be a success so that we get more movies like this in the future. Okay. I think I've got everybody's scores. And I've said, I think I've said everything I'm going to say tonight. So let's do this. Let me go ahead and I'm going to look down at my videos that I had queued up and make sure that we got everything. We did. I showed everything that I was going to show. We played the game. We gave away the subscription. Congrats again, Gary. Delightful to have you win. And I think I've got nothing left but to... Oh, I should tell folks that are interested in Remind Magazine that there is a link in the description section where I think you can get a pretty sweet deal on Remind Magazine for a year if you didn't win. So check that out. And I think with that said, I'm going to thank everybody for hanging out with me for an hour. You're awesome. You guys make my night when we get to do this. And I hope you all have a wonderful week. I love doing this on Mondays because then I can, it feels like we're kicking off the week together. And that's a fun thing. And there's only one thing left, which is for me to bring on Fred Rogers. He's going to sing us on out of here. Thanks, everybody. Appreciate you. Have a good night.
You are special.
Thank you very much. Thank you very much. That's the click on that thumbnail, cause it's time to go. Dave's got the classics, let the memories flow. TV shows and movies that we all hold so dear. On his YouTube channel, he's keeping memories near. Dave Sundstrom, bringing back the good stuff, oh yeah.